large-scale sanctions and tariffs on Russia as well, unless a ceasefire is reached. His warning comes amid intensified Kremlin attacks. Meanwhile, his administration's decision to halt military aid and intel sharing with Kyiv to Ukraine has also drawn a lot of criticism, with many calling this as a move that favors Moscow. Let's go back to Rishabh on this, because Rishabh, US has been building pressure. We have seen exactly what has been the deal that happened with Ukraine. Now, as far as Moscow is also concerned, here is President Trump announcing that there would be severe sanctions or tariffs that could also be imposed on Russia.
Well, definitely, Donald Trump, who has been seen a bit inclined toward Moscow in this whole Russia-Ukraine conflict in last one and a half week, has finally talked about sanctions on Russia now. Remember, after what happened in the Oval Office of Washington, where we saw heated exchange between the Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky and US President and Vice President Donald Trump and J.D. Vance, there was Europe galvanizing around Ukraine, and we saw European Union Council meeting, we saw the leaders meeting in London, where the alliance of willing was announced, be it Canada, be it Australia, all these countries started coming together to support Ukraine. And after that, we heard US saying that they are even not only stopping the military aid, but they are also stopping the intelligence sharing with Ukraine. To which France, stepped forward saying that they will share the intelligence with Ukraine. Now, finally, we hear that Donald Trump is talking about sanctions on Russia, which means that Donald Trump realizes that losing European allies or facing, wrath of his own domestic electorate, in the issue of Ukraine is something that is not beneficial for him.
Col JS Sodhi is connected with us. Good morning to you. What do you make of Donald Trump now? Because he seems to be putting pressure on both sides, whether be it on Ukraine and now on Moscow as well.
Jayant, Amita, it's my honor to be on your esteemed panel. Well, traditionally, Russians have been regarded as the sworn enemies of the Americans, and in the last few weeks, after being inaugurated for the second time as the American president, the way Donald Trump has been gravitating towards Russia, clearly it was sending a lot of, pangs of displeasure among the American electorate, because they felt that America was being sold out to Russians for monetary gains. So by announcing tariffs and putting a lot of pressure on the Russians, Donald Trump has put to rest this speculation, and he has made it clear to both the sides that he is exerting equal pressure both on Ukraine as well as on Russia to end this prolonged Russia-Ukraine war, which has cost 3 years last month. Another thing, what has prompted Donald Trump to issue this statement is because within the NATO and the European Union, America's fastest allies were slowly deserting America because they felt that Donald Trump was moving too fast to Russia, and he was neglecting the concerns of the Western European countries. I think it is a very fine statement by Donald Trump, in which he has shown that he is equally putting pressure on Ukraine as well as Russia, so that this war comes to an end, which has affected every global citizen.
Well, absolutely, sir, because he's been saying and sending out a message to both Russia and to Ukraine that get to the table right now before it is too late. Thank you very much, Col Sodhi, for joining us here on the broadcast. Now, speaking more on Russia, which is now reportedly open to a temporary truce with Ukraine, but